He was born into an empire that stretched from Afghanistan to Bengal, the grandson of a king who defeated the Greeks. But this prince, Ashoka, was not the favorite son. In the dangerous corridors of the Maurya Palace, courtiers whispered that he was too brutal, too hot-tempered to ever rule. But one thing was undeniable: Ashoka was born to command. While still young, he mastered warfare and strategy. When rebellions broke out, it was Ashoka who was sent not to negotiate, but to crush. His early campaigns were merciless. Cities that resisted were burned. Rebels were publicly executed. Fear became his signature weapon. His own brothers feared him, and for good reason. When his father, Emperor Bindusara, died, a brutal war for the throne erupted. Ashoka marched on the capital, and history tells us he killed many of his brothers to secure his power. Whether the exact numbers are true or not, one fact remains: Ashoka seized the throne through blood. In 268 BCE, he crowned himself emperor. The people trembled. Their new ruler governed with terror. He built infamous torture chambers, known as Ashoka's Hell. His spies watched every city. Any hint of rebellion meant death. Ashoka believed a king's greatness was measured by the land he conquered, and he expanded his empire relentlessly. But one kingdom remained independent, a proud land on India's eastern coast. Kalinga. The Kalinga War wasn't just a battle, it was a catastrophe. Ashoka unleashed his massive armies, infantry, cavalry, and war elephants. Kalinga fought fiercely to defend their freedom, their homes, and their families. For days, the land shook with the sounds of war. When it was over, the ground was covered in bodies. Over 100,000 soldiers were killed. 150,000 people were captured. Countless civilians lay dead. The rivers ran red. Ashoka rode through the battlefield expecting to feel the glory of victory, but what he saw broke him. He saw women weeping over their husbands, children screaming for parents who would never return. He saw burned villages and an eerie silence where life once thrived. The screams of the dying followed him back to his palace. He couldn't sleep, he couldn't eat, and for the first time, the man who feared nothing began to fear himself. He asked a question no emperor had dared to ask before: "What have I done?" It was in this moment of crisis that he encountered Buddhism. Monks spoke not of conquest, but of compassion, not of power, but of peace. And Ashoka listened. Slowly, a transformation began. He publicly renounced violence, declaring that the only true conquest is the conquest of hearts. This single decision would change the course of Indian history forever. Ashoka adopted a new moral code called Dhamma, based on nonviolence, tolerance, and respect for all life. He banned unnecessary animal slaughter, built hospitals for both people and animals, and planted trees and dug wells for travelers. The emperor who once ruled through fear, now ruled through example. To share his new philosophy, he carved his beliefs onto massive stone pillars and rocks across the empire, in languages the common people could understand. These edicts, some of which still stand today, spoke of justice, mercy, and religious harmony. For the first time, a ruler used his power not to dominate, but to educate. Ashoka sent Buddhist missionaries across Asia to Sri Lanka, Central Asia, and Southeast Asia. His own son and daughter helped spread the teachings abroad. Because of Ashoka, Buddhism transformed from a local faith into a world religion. He ruled for nearly 40 years. In his later life, he walked among monks, not soldiers. He listened more than he commanded. When he died, there were no war cries, only a profound silence. He had shown the world that true power isn't found in a sword, but in the courage to change. His legacy proves that even the most brutal ruler can become a beacon of peace, and that a legacy of compassion is the only one that truly endures. Thank you for watching. If you were moved by Ashoka's story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more stories that changed the world.